With the EH Taylor Barrel Proof Rye on the horizon, I decided to revisit the standard straight rye, literally just last night on my live stream. It was more rye forward than I remember, but I thought it would be fun to put it against one of my favorite, more widely available ryes from Heaven Hill. This is the Pikesville Rye. How will this one turn out? It's double bass. What's up, folks? I'm Jason C from themashanddrum, and welcome to Double Bass. If you have any suggestions for some head-to-head matchups, leave them below in the comments. Let's learn a little bit more about each of these bottles. The Colonel EH Taylor Jr. line contains a few standouts, such as single barrel, small batch, and the rye, along with some limited yearly releases like the upcoming barrel proof rye. Now, like the majority of the EH Taylor releases, straight rye is bottled in bond, bottled at exactly 100 proof. Unfortunately, it's non-age stated, and the mash bill is undisclosed. Pretty hard to find, like most Buffalo Trace stuff, but if you do find it for retail, it'll cost you 80 bucks. So Pikesville Rye holds the title as the last standing Maryland rye brand, originally produced in Maryland by L. Winan & Brothers Distillery starting in 1895. The brand went through several changes of ownership and was last produced in Maryland in 1972 by the Majestic Distilling Corporation until 1982 when it was sold to Heaven Hill. Pikesville Straight Rye is bottled at 110 proof. It's 6 years old, mash bill of 51% rye, 39% corn, 10% malted barley, and price around 50 to 60 bucks. So while I get these all poured, let's hear about today's video sponsor, Caldera Lab, making high-end skin products for men who don't want to spend too much time thinking about their skincare. Check it out. Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's self-care products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science, nature's purest and most potent ingredients, and sustainable business practices. Today we're talking about Caldera Lab's best-selling product. It's called The Good, and it's their award-winning multifunctional serum that's been pretty much breaking the internet. Now, for me personally, my skin dries out pretty quick, but since I started using this for about a month, my skin feels smoother, less dry, looks better on camera, and I've even gotten compliments on how good my skin looks from my girlfriend, who is very, very focused on skincare herself and wanted to use it. It's actually a really easy way for guys like me to take care of their skin in one easy step. Like I said, this was designed to help address wrinkles, fine lines, uneven skin tone with clinically proven results. GQ magazine just named it the best natural face serum for men, and they have teamed up with NFL legend Tony Gonzalez, that's right, former tight end of my favorite team, the Atlanta Falcons. The Good multifunctional serum is made from 27 active plant botanicals infused over 4 weeks using a patented process which took over 2 years to develop. All you have to do is use this dropper that's built into this slick looking bottle, put a few drops in your hand, and then put it on your neck and on your face right before bedtime. That's it. Literally brush your teeth, floss, wash your face, then dry your face, and then use this, and that's it. Typically results, they say, come in about 60 days, but I already noticed a big difference in just 30 days. So not only is this helping me look and feel better and feel more confident, Caldera Lab is a company I feel good about supporting. All their products are sustainably sourced and packaged and cruelty-free, and they've earned the prestigious B Corp certification. On top of that, they also donate 2% of all their revenue to vetted nonprofit organizations. Everything Caldera Lab makes is 100% non-toxic, vegan, dermatologically tested, and clinically proven to work for all skin types. So if you guys are interested in your skin looking and feeling better, click the link below in the description to get a special discount of 20% off your first bottle, or simply use the code MASHANDDRUM for 20% off at checkout. Again, click the link below in the description to get a special discount of 20% off your first bottle, or simply use the code MASHANDDRUM for 20% off at checkout. Another great thing is that there's no risk in trying this, guys. Every purchase is backed by Caldera Lab's 100% money-back guarantee. Try it for 60 days. If you don't love it, then you can get a 100% refund, no questions asked. So give it a try. Your face will thank you later. All right, guys, I'm just gonna keep mixing these up here, one after the other. Really not sure what is in what here. Been excited to try this one. Literally thought of this video last night. I'm like, I gotta put those two together and see what happens. So here it is. Live, well, kind of live. It's recorded, but live. Here we go. Let's go to the first one and see what we get. Now, as usual, I will break this down for nose, palate, and finish, and then figure out my winner. Man, a lot of cinnamon in this one, too. For a rye whiskey, I'm digging that. Interesting nose on that one. Let's go to the second glass. This one's a little bit darker. None of these are, now both of these are considered more Kentucky ryes. So probably a pretty low rye mash bill. We know that for a fact on the Pikesville because they disclose the mash bill. The Colonel Taylor Rye, we don't. Oh, both of these smell great. I think I'm getting more of a rye punch on A over B, but B, I'm kind of liking the darker flavors in it. All right. I think by a very narrow margin, I'm going to go with B for the no, just because it's a little bit darker. It just smells richer, a lot more cinnamon. There's some caramel, some richness to it. I like A as well, but it's very on the bready side. So time to taste them. Here we go. A. All right, so what I didn't really get on the nose, it's making up for in the palate. Really good spice, a little bit of sweetness. Get the rye bread note still on the palate. Get like a little bit of a dark fruit note to it, which is weird for a rye. I'm not getting like a lot of the mint or dill or anything that you would associate with a rye whiskey. Wow, that one's nice too. Really good spice. Nice rye kick at the end, some black pepper. Again, that sweet note that's coming through, that little bit like a dark fruit. That's what's making that one really, really interesting. All right, let's pause a quick second while I get my bearings here before we dive into the second one. All right, let's try this one now. Oh man, I have no idea. This is crazy. This one came off way more rye forward than A did. This one I'm getting the mint and I'm getting the, I'm not gonna say dill, I'm not gonna go as far to say dill, but there is a lot of like spearminty, but still very sweet, more on the caramel side, not so fruity as A was. Man, hint of citrus there. Again, a little bit more of the, oh man, I almost got like a little bit of like a chocolate licorice type thing going on in that one too. This ended up being a lot closer than I thought it would be. Let's try another sip of each here. So this one's bringing a lot more of the traditional rye notes. The mint, black pepper, a little bit of spearmint there too, I think. But there's also a lot of sweetness too. It's more caramel, a little bit of chocolate too on that one. Okay, I dig it. Both of these are having around the same sort of finish too, the finish length. So I'm not really, you know, even though, you know, the Pikesville's 110, the Taylor is 100, not really getting a huge difference here on the finish, but let's go to A now. All right, actually coming off that one, I take it back. That whole statement I just said, take it back. B definitely has a longer finish than A does. A has a little bit more of a sneaky finish though. It kind of goes away, then it comes back. It's a little bit, again, a little bit sweeter than B. I'm not getting the big time, you know, punch of like caramel, even that chocolate here. This is a little bit more on the fruity side, which is kind of interesting for a rye. I'm actually kind of at a lot. I don't know which one I like more. They're both really close. I think I'm gonna have to go with B just on finish alone. The finish on B goes on for a long time, other than A does not. So, but palate is pretty close. I think B is a little bit more traditional, a little bit more of a, again, the breadiness, the caramel, the rye breadiness, I should say, the mint, a little bit of chocolate, some rich caramel, and then this one is a little bit more on the fruity side. I kind of like the bolder flavors on B. I like the finish a little bit more on B. Well, actually, yeah, if you think about it, this one kind of took every category for me, you know, head to head. So screw it, let's see what it is. Wow. Wow. This, letter B, is the Taylor. Holy shit. I totally thought that was the Pikesville, but the Taylor comes out and takes out my Pikesville. Wow. Okay, that kind of blows me away here. Yeah, the Pikesville came off a little bit fruity, sweeter, which makes sense. But man, even at 110 proof, it drank lighter than the Taylor Rye. The Taylor Rye actually is bringing more flavor at 100 proof than the Pikesville is. Damn it. This is why you do blinds. Colonel Taylor Straight Rye taking on my Pikesville. I'm gonna have to put this bottle up against some other stuff because this is crazy. So like I mentioned last night when I tried it, I was trying a lot of other stuff, so this wasn't really coming off the way I remembered. But man, putting this in kind of with a fresh palate against the Pikesville to see how it did, EH Taylor Rye comes out on top. Damn. Love it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review on the Master and Drum on this episode. Another double bass episode. We put the Colonel Taylor Straight Rye against the Pikesville with Colonel EH Taylor taking every category. Holy shit. If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Let me know down in the comments if you have any other suggestions for some double bass videos. And right now, I'm going to blend these. I always like to come up with a name at the end. So let's call this... I don't know, Colonel EH Taylor is like such a iconic name. You don't want to like really mess with it. Well, maybe we'll just call it Colonel EH Pikesville. He had a, you know, I don't know, had a little bit of a name change. Colonel EH Pikesville, let's try it. No, the Pikesville actually dulled down the flavors in the Colonel Taylor, so not a great blend. I wouldn't recommend that blend. It's a little bit too tame. All right, as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share with. Cheers, guys. See you next time right here in the Master and Drum. Take care.